Hi, this is the Black Bear Prepper, and today I want to talk about why I like wooden stocks on guns. Just in general. Shotguns, rifles, the whole deal. Wooden pistol grips, if you've got them on revolvers, things like that. Just to start with, all of our rifles have been safety checked. So they're all in the safe position. You know, same thing with our rifle here. This has been safety checked. You know, they're empty. Now, the reason that I like wooden stocked rifles is, one, they're easy to modify. So if you've got kids, and let's say you want to start them out with a .22 caliber rifle, but maybe that's a rifle that they're going to grow into and keep. What I like about wooden stocked rifles is I can lop off, 6 inches here, and then just glue and screw it back on later. And I've done that with rifles for our kids. So if it was something where, the other thing, this particular rifle, this guy right here, which is where my mag pouch is, this guy was digging into my face whenever I put my face on it. So what did I do? I just notched it out. Real simple. This mag pouch was sticking out a little too far, so I took a grinder to it and just ground it down, so now it fits my arm a little better. So other things, it's really easy to put in mounts for slings in different positions. This particular sling actually started out on the buttstock here, but that's great for a 2-point sling. But I like single-point slings a lot, or a single double sling if you want to do that, which is fine. But this particular rifle has a double sling. But I still moved the the hinge point over to here. The other thing, like this particular rifle we did, and again, these rifles are safe, they're all California legal, and they are not mine. These are rifles I borrow from friends to do videos. So none of these rifles are mine, but so we like to show off things that we've done for other people. This guy right here takes a hinge, or it takes a sling mount that does not come on the Mini 14, because remember the Mini 14 has a sling mount up here. I was able just to put one in. So it allows me to be able to set a setup there. The other reason I really like these is they do not draw attention at gun ranges. If we're talking about and I'm at a gun range, or out hunting, these are hunting rifles. That's exactly what they are. They're semi-automatic hunting rifles. They're just like your Remington 7400, 5-shot hunting rifles. They can have, which I really like, 5-round box mags that completely fit in the bottom of the gun. Simple. But these are mimicked after the M14 rifles, which, and again, these are 10-round pinned and blocked 9-round magazines. We block and pin everything to 9 rounds, so they're definitely California legal. But like this, now we've got a rifle that is capable of shooting as many rounds as your state will allow. They make 90-round drum mags if you really wanted to put something on here if you're not in California. So places where they believe in the Constitution. Now, the big thing is that that's really the big difference in this rifle and if you have it what we call tactical. If you sit there and done a bunch of black rifle stuff that gathers a lot of attention to you. If you were walking through the woods and you were being tracked by somebody or some group was trying to take a look at you, having a wooden stock, if I'm looking at you through a pair of binoculars, I may not be able to tell this is a Mini 14. I just see it's a wooden stock gun. They blend in really well in the woods and they're easy to paint. So if you decide that maybe you want to down the road have a couple boxes of spray paint to spray paint all your guns, if you ever decide you need to do something like that, wood spray paint's really easy. Really easy and modifiable, but the biggest thing, like I said, they don't gather attention. They're a hunting rifle. There's nothing here. If you're not in California, in 2 seconds, literally, in under 30 seconds, you can put one of these stocks on. A black, tactical, foldable, collapsible stock, everything lights the whole deal. So if that's what you want to do, that's what I like about the Mini 14s over some of the other guns out there. But I'd encourage you to make all of your guns very wood stocked. One, they don't melt and they don't get hot. A lot of the plastic grips I've held get hot when you're really pumping the ammo down range. Put 300-400 rounds in your gun at a time. And yes, you're going to get a very hot gun, but the wood tends to stay a little cooler, especially on the Mini 14s. And I've seen people melt, and you'll look online and you'll see people melt, forearm grips and things like that with their guns. So something to think of there. But the biggest thing, I like the fact where I can sit there and cut down a stock, I can modify it, and do whatever I need to do basically at home. I don't need any fancy tools. I need a chop saw and a couple screws, and we're able to do that. So just something to think about. Something to think about. And it's not always best to have the coolest gun out there, the coolest looking gun out there, but something that's functional, that is also very easily used in the woods. Really something that's a lot lighter. I mean, this gun completely tricked out. You're looking at a gun that weighs just over 7 pounds. With the light, the MOROD, the sling, the pouch here, everything you basically need to really have it as a functional, battle type rifle, for if it needed to be that way. But it also is a great functional hunting rifle. I mean, these are a lot of fun. You can hunt deer with these. You can do all kinds of things. And the same thing with your deer rifles and things. You spend a little bit more money getting a rifle that has a wooden stock on it, but I want to have the stock be able to be cut down in a couple seconds and me be able to adjust it. With a black stocked rifle or the synthetic rifle stocks, unless you're doing something with a collapsible type adjustable stock on it, that's great, but those tend to be very expensive. So to make something, even a bolt action rifle, my bolt action rifles, I want to have something that I can sit there and lock it down real easy. Well, I can just cut it off and then screw the butt plate back on. Even though this has a collapsible stock, what if that click is still, a couple inches? You're still dealing with a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch in between clicks. What if I'm in between one of those clicks to be really comfortable, and if I'm using a rifle that I could really want to put some, accurate shots in, that may be real critical to me. That may be just, it's a little too far, a little too short, whatever it is, or maybe I know that I'm going to be wearing a battle vest or something like that, where I might want to chop it off and make it a little easier. Definitely something to think about. These are not always the best thing out there, and they attract attention. And they're, when you buy the guns, especially like the Mini 14s, if you buy them in the standard version, you can make them into a tactical rifle. You can do all the same things you can with a tactical rifle, but this one comes as a ranch rifle, meaning that it is meant to be used as a ranch rifle. It's a truck gun. They're wooden stocks. They're meant to be beat up. They're not super fancy. I mean, you can get nicer stocks on them. Like this one has a decent stock, but I didn't care. All my guns are shooters. And all the guns I have. This particular gun, I told them, hey, look, they're not meant to be pretty. They're meant to be usable. Like we have the bolt releases that we have built in, and they're screws, that we put in, and you can watch that on some of our other videos. They're not pretty, but they get the job done. I mean, it allows you to be able to be a lot faster and usable gun, and you didn't really do anything. You didn't spend any money. Instead of getting a whole new stock, I was able just to cut this guy down. So, just again, like I said, something to think about. So for all you guys out there, and this is the Black Bear Prepper, have a great day.